I'm your goddess Natsuka, you're a Trekkerman. I guess we're talking about more of this lady. So, what is new that I need to know that I don't really care about?
First off, Reb didn't go into the cheating part. This video here is an hour long. He goes into stuff that we already covered, but the part about her cheating on her manager boyfriend and then her bullying someone she thought, then she copied her design.
Okay, so what, more info on that or what?
Yeah, so let's go into this.
That this response left a lot to be desired. But then another VTuber pointed out something very interesting. Van Peaches replied to that tweet and said, I remember playing Phasmophobia with you and hearing Red chat away next to you before you first debuted like 4 years ago. You told me he was your boyfriend. Then before we met for TwitchCon, you switched up and said, just so you know, my manager is coming with me on this trip, as if I didn't know who he was. It's even ickier to read this tweet knowing he is your significant other and that you're probably going to try and avoid taking responsibility for hurting people who trusted you as friends by nuking the red side of this duo. So as everyone could have guessed, Redacted is her significant other. He's her boyfriend and he lives with her. She was fully...
For the first time I heard it, I kept hearing the word Redacted. I thought that was like someone... What was his actual name? And that's his name is Redacted.
Okay, yeah.
Aware of what he was doing and approved of it, and yet right now she was throwing him under the bus to try and save her career when everyone knows this is nothing more than a desperate attempt to save your skin without facing any responsibility. It was a very lackluster response to an apocalyptic expose on who she is behind the scenes. And speaking of who she was behind the scenes, someone else came out with a document by the name of Rain on a topic that no one could have ever expected, saying, fuck it. My experience with Tashi/Sinder, content warning, cheating? Dude, this just keeps getting worse. Let's look at this document. So this goes back way before Sinder was even a thing. This is about Tashi, her previous persona. Things were getting...
Oh, so she already did the whole restart your life as a VTuber, apparently.
Yeah, and she's probably to go back to her...
What did she do to this one where she switched, I wonder?
I don't know.
So spicy, my tongue isn't working anymore. The document starts off with, hello, thank you for taking the time to read this document. The events described in it happened about 4 to 5 years ago before the first Sinder debut. I understand there will be accusations of me clout chasing by revealing them. However, I wanted to corroborate Nanoliss's assertion that she is not who she appears to be on the surface, and confirm that no matter how much damage control she does, she is just as responsible as Redacted. The first section is titled The Beginning. Sinder and I met while she was still running her Tashi.mp3 YouTube channel, which is why all the following screenshots will show her as Tashi rather than Sinder, and that will come up later. At the time, she was only starting her account, and I already had my own ASMR RP channel with 8k subscribers, and as a bigger channel than her, she couldn't wait to work with someone as talented as me. This message dates back to May 2020, with Tashi saying, you'll get there. It's still hard for me to believe that someone so talented likes my voice enough to want to work together. Rain continues and says, we never ended up actually making any content together, but that didn't stop us from talking pretty much every day at the time, and eventually she found a new way to make me useful. The next section is titled, Oh Dear. Pretty much immediately she was flirting with me despite, as you can see here, having a boyfriend and both of us knowing she had a boyfriend, including regularly talking shit about him.
Okay, so the person who's talking is a guy, or is she flirting with the girl?
I think it's a guy.
Okay.
But also, at least we don't hide our relationship. So...
to me while telling me how great it would be if I were to replace him. What the hell? He continues, I understand that I'm no angel in this myself, but hey, at least I can be honest about it. Oh my god. Anyway, here are the DMs. It starts off with Rain saying, besides, you said it's hard when your boyfriend is far, far away. I'm not your boyfriend, am I? To which Tashi says, no, but how nice that would be. Your perfect boyfriend material, heart.
Already flirting with him, okay. And he's into her too, obviously. Interesting.
Now, why didn't she leave Redacted to go with him? That's the question.
Probably too settled in.
Okay. Rain then continues, oh ho, so you want to go at it behind his back? How sneaky. And then she says, hi honey, I've been talking to this guy about how badly I want him to fuck me since he wanted to buy a flashlight instead of giving me any attention when I'm needy. What? Rain then says, fucking oof, dude. Literally, why would you even need a flashlight when you have a girlfriend? And then Tashi/Sinder replies with, he sent me a screenshot a couple weeks ago telling me he was getting one and had the nerve to use it in front of me to show me how great it was. Wow, yeah.
Okay, that's a toxic relationship if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
must be great. Rain then says, yo, what the f***? That's like me inviting you to a chatterbait room so you can watch me fuck someone else in all the ways I said I want to fuck you. To which she replies with, isn't that great? Rain then says, I'm very slowly not feeling as bad for him about all this, because it did honestly leave a bit of a bad taste in my mouth that all this was happening while you were taken, but then, yeah, that's a bit, Did you tell him that was fucked up and hurtful to you? She then replies with, he asked me if I was okay with it, and after I explained how I felt, he told me it was too late to do anything about it because it shipped, and he kept it. Rain then says, I mean, far
Wait,
be
how
it
does
from me to give
ship?
you
I'm confused on this one.
I don't even want to know how it would ship. I don't want
advice. It's your relationship, and the only ones who can decide
from
what is and
use.
isn't okay is you two, but that just sounds really sketchy to me. And why did he ask if you're okay with it after he bought it? Well, all I'm going to say on this is, two wrongs don't make a right. As much as I enjoy the sex thing, it's really not right if you still want to be with him. I would either try to reconcile with him and get what you need out of the relationship and step back from me a bit, or maybe consider taking a break. And I know that last part sounds fucked coming from me, but I swear on my life, I'm not being scummy about it. That's really my opinion. She then replies, I've just been really stressed about everything, and talking to you makes me feel so much better. I don't want to lose what we have, but I'm such an awful person, I don't deserve it anyway. Rain then says, I don't believe you're an awful person. I believe that you're stressed, you're emotional, and you're looking for something to make it better, which happened to be me when he wasn't helping.
I was about to take a note. All these take place all during 2020, right in the peak of COVID, when everybody's locked in their house.
Listen, take a break from what we have just for a little bit and see if you can get something out of him first. You can't really have both of us, plus it wouldn't be very fulfilling for me to just be the other guy in this scenario and not get the full relationship experience myself. You can do it, sweetie. I believe you can, truly. She then says, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'd do without you. To which he says, I'm not saying to stop talking to me completely. I'll still be right here to support you, whichever decision you end up making. And then she says, I love you so much. I don't know how to thank you. Bro, this is so weird. This is so weird, man. Look,
Out of curiosity, why does this dirty laundry have to be aired out?
I think it's to show she's not the person she claims to be, and also I don't know.
Because this doesn't affect anyone but Redacted, and how does this affect her?
It's showing that
YouTubing?
she's not an angel too, but I don't know.
I'm convinced this is some weird like roleplay fantasy she has. She knew that Rain felt really weird about this, knowing that she had a boyfriend, so she was making up this story to make him feel less guilty about cheating. That's just my theory, right? But I just find her story so unbelievable that it just can't be true. Rain then continues in the document saying, despite what was evidently nothing serious for her and just a means of keeping herself occupied, she felt the need to keep stringing me along with proclamations of real love, which again, I was silly to have believed in the first place, but still. And it's a screenshot of her saying, regardless, I'm always going to love you. He then continues in the document, for obvious reasons, I won't share any of the explicit sex thing, not just because of the NSFW nature of it, but also I just don't think it helps. However, note that all this went on for several months and included more than just text, as both the date and the contents of the following screenshots prove. This was in September of 2020, so months since the last DMs we saw, and it features Rain saying, I mean, it looked like something was going down there either way, and then Tashi replies with, it's called fingering, D.
What's up?
I was on the chat right down there, like pull and move it over.
I told you never trust multi-chat.
Yeah.
What?
I can't even read calm.
How do you say yang?
Oh, you read it.
I don't even know word.
Here. Oh my god. The document then continues. One reason I felt it important to share these details in particular is because I never found out if Red got told about what happened, especially not in full lucidity. The primary reason I
Okay. I think I get what's going on here. Whoever that Rainy guy is trying to out her more, I guess also to help Red in a sense, because he feels bad and he feels like he's been played, and he's exposing her for the dirty slut she is, and is trying to, I guess, let Red know about this stuff too. So she's probably one of those kind of people who love no one but herself, maybe.
Yeah.
held on to all this for so long was an itching feeling that Redacted never fully knew, and that always felt like it would be unnecessary drama, so I left it alone. But now seems as good a time as any. Redacted, if you're reading this, I'm sorry for all that happened back then, I really am, but given the actions you two have taken together regarding other VTubers, I still think you're perfect for each other regardless. The last section of this document is the end. After Sinder got done using me for fleeting sexual gratification, our conversation slowed down, exacerbated by the Sinder character coming into fruition and finding immediate success. I had stopped making making content for a decent length of time by then, and thus, she no longer felt she could ladder.
Okay, what is this Rain and guy? What did he do?
I think he was doing like ASMR stuff on YouTube, and Cinder at the time, Tashi or whatever, wanted to use him to ladder climbed. So she probably was trying to use him.
Oh, okay. So she never really had feelings for him, maybe.
Yeah.
So she was being a slutty whore.
Climb from me. Here we can see this was a conversation mid-2021 with Tashi saying, hey, what was your exam for? I haven't been on this Discord account super often, so I missed a bit. And Rain said she made a new group chat without me. I kid, but yeah, they were the entrance exams for the uni college. Tashi said, nice, congrats on passing them. I've just been on the VTuber side of things working with commissions and whatnot. And then Rain said, what? And Cinder doesn't want to be my friend? Only Tashi does? To which she replied with, it's just easier not having multiple ongoing conversations. Rain continues in the document saying, until eventually she stopped using that account altogether and committed fully to Cinder, and I never heard from her again, something I was uncannily aware.
I'll message you at least this time in 2022, and you won't even remember who I am. I'd never forget you. Huh.
Where would happen even back then. These are DMs from around the same time in 2021 with Rain saying, I'll message you at this time in 2022 and you won't even remember who I am, to which Tashi said, I'd never forget you. Rain then continues the document and says, and that's pretty much it. This isn't meant to be a witch hunt. We all make mistakes, including me as I've shown in this same document, but it felt like a good time to get off my chest things that I've been on it for half a decade now and to finally get some closure, even though I know how bad I look alongside her. She's an opportunist whenever she can find a way to be, and she does not care what happens to the people she springboards off from. I can only hope she takes this as an opportunity to change and grow as a person, and I'm just going to throw this one in the end because it's kind of funny for me to see in retrospect. Okay, thanks for reading. And it's a message from Tashi in 2020 saying, don't forget about me when you become a big popular YouTuber. You know what? I didn't read this document until I started recording, and yeah, this caught me by surprise. Wow. You know, I wish Rain had shown this a long time ago so people would have known, okay, this person's kind of weird. And maybe Bao and Nano wouldn't have been backstabbed so goddamn hard. But it does leave a bad taste in my mouth in regards to Rain as well. Releasing this information now does seem opportunistic, because it seems like it's cool to hate on Cinder. In other words, he would...
There's that too, but I guess, I mean, if he's okay with airing out his dirty laundry, that's on him. Make her look more bad.
Well,
I mean,
I don't know if this guy has any more YouTube videos. I mean, I've never heard this guy, and he's probably more than done by this point.
Was backstabbing her the same exact way she was backstabbing others right now. But speaking of backstabbing, we were slowly but surely uncovering the other people that Cinder had backstabbed because documents...
This is the other part I want to talk about. She's probably also copied her VTuber off of other people.
Oh, her design or what?
Yeah.
Kept coming out. Spite, another big independent VTuber, posted this on Twitter, quote tweeting Nanolist saying my experience with Cinder and attaching a Google document of her own. This is when we uncover one of the two last missing pieces of the puzzle. There are two more VTubers that were backstabbed by Cinder that were censored in Nano's original document, so which one is Spite? Well, let's read the document. It starts off by saying, I want to start by saying please do not send any hate to anyone involved in this. I only wish to speak about my experiences and give more clarity on those experiences. First and foremost, my love and admiration goes out to Nanolist for having the courage to bring this to light. Artists are the backbone of our community, and taking advantage of her goodwill personality is saddening to see. I want to take the time to address what has been brought to light involving myself and what I've experienced over the years that coincide with these events. In this screenshot, the VTuber that is being talked about is very clearly me. Since the beginning of my VTuber journey, it has been written in my backstory and lore that I'm the daughter of Cerberus, and through an unforeseen summoning mishap, the Greek goddess Hecate. As many may know, Cerberus is a species of hellhound, and I've always incorporated the number 3 in my designs to follow the 3 heads of Cerberus in my early design, and when artists were still learning new models / rigging.
Okay, so this is someone else's design idea and stuff.
Yeah, and they're writing their own backstory and stuff.
And is Cinder taking it? Is she going to take it and guess
techniques? I had opted for 2 other wolf heads on my shoulders as pauldrons to symbolically represent my 2 other heads. However, the repeated comments of if you're a Cerberus, where are your other 2 heads had pushed me to use the broader term hellhound at the time. Fast forward to months to a year into my journey, and I started to receive harassment and berating comments and chat messages on Twitch and YouTube videos comparing me to Cinder and putting me down for being a hellhound. Making the definitive switch to the Cerberus label brought me a sense of relief because the last thing I wanted was to be constantly compared or harassed at this point. tweets. I didn't want to be associated with her due to all the negativity that was being thrown my way. Then she links one of the screenshots that were included in Nano's document, in which Redacted claims that Spite unfollowed Sinder on Twitter, and this is what she has to say about it. As for the claims of unfollowing her and taking her ideas, I debuted my 2.0 Live 2D model May 14th, 2022, and on that same day, she decided to post her debut announcement for her 1.0 Live 2D model. Leading up to this time, I didn't know who Sinder was at all. I had no idea she had fire in her ears or she was another hellhound. The creator space is broad, and I still stumble across creators larger than myself that I had not.
Well, that sucks.
What?
That all you had to do was had just happened to have a similar theme for your character, and all of a sudden you're just being.
I'm gonna make a point right now since you were talking about it.
Mm-hmm. But now you are being accused for copycatting. It'd be like saying I'm a copycat because my character is a goddess.
Since you said it. There we go.
Oh, my goddess? It's aw, not all.
But if I can make big. Zoom in. But you see.
God, you suck.
I suck.
Give me. It's aw, not all. You're spelling it wrong for one.
Oh, shut up about my spelling.
It's not even spelling, it's just the wrong word altogether. I need to take the time to actually watch this anime.
It's old. It is like old.
Try to find a good picture of the main character.
Zoom in.
Doesn't help. Yeah. Barb.
But you get my point.
Barble. Basically, the point we're trying to make is when I originally came up with my design, like, I kind of based it around her with her hairstyle and junk, because she has the little hair antenna, except I made it even more exaggerated.
Yeah.
And black. And I used my favorite colors. I used some, like, Greek goddess inspiration with kind of a gothness to it with the belts. And I like a skimpy and then a little bit poppy, because I like singing and I like pop music and junk. But that's basically my inspiration for my character.
Heard of before. I never once stole her ideas. All I ever want is to try to be unique in my own way, so these claims that I was following her and then unfollowing and stealing her ideas are absolutely baseless and uncalled for. This is a screenshot that shows that Spite was doing her 2.0 debut on May 3rd, 2022, and 11 days later, Sinder was barely revealing her first model.
So, this came out before this one, but people are claiming she copied her.
Wow.
She had not even done her debut
That's
yet.
not even the
Spite
same
continues in
color.
the document, saying her posting her debut announcement trailer the same day as my 2.0 debut seemed off, but I shrugged it off as a coincidence because things happen. However, this wasn't the last time something like this had happened. There have been multiple times where I have done something and either the same day or shortly after I was made aware or had discovered later that something similar had been posted, making me feel like I was being watched constantly. I tried my best to believe that it was coincidental and not ill intent on their part. There were many times where I designed a new outfit that I was really excited for, but afterwards, Sinder would release outfits.
Am I colorblind?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no similarities in my opinion, so yeah.
Or models with similarities to it. I didn't think much of it at first because it is normal to have some similarities or shared inspirations with other creators. The VTuber community is a huge space and similarities are normal. I'm not speaking to whether my designs were taken as direct references for hers. I'm addressing the need for the unprovoked tweets mentioned in the screenshots above and showing that I made the statements to make it clear that I was not stealing ideas. How can I copy something?
Right. Yeah, exactly. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You can't gatekeep a mythical creature that's something that's out there in the public eye. It's like trying to say you own dragons. No one can be a dragon.
Cinder had hidden drama with.
When
She was with
I can't read that because of my little burger. Gotta squish it. Don't put chat over chat. So Cinder had hidden drama when she was in...
V Shoujo? She was in V Shoujo?
Huh.
I thought she was indie the whole time.
No.
that was released/teased/revealed after my own. On July 20th, 2022, Maui Live, my model.
Like, okay.
What's the same?
Well, keep in mind, this came out before this. And you could see, you know... Yeah,
I'm sorry, the one on the right looks so much hotter.
And also, you know, you have the G-string, you have the...
Wait, is that my right or my left?
Yeah.
Wait, is that my left?
Just say the blue one.
The blue one looks better.
Okay.
My brain's dumb.
She was independent like Silver.
Huh.
But on the left...
See? I'm confused.
Okay. This one here came out in September. This one came out in July. So she's probably copying her.
Of 22, yeah.
Oh, I can't scroll.
Copying her outfit, more or less.
Yeah.
The outfit's
Mama, and I worked on a comfy goth girl outfit. I had rips in my shirt, a G-string, shorts, and spiked wrist cuffs. 2 weeks after, Cinder debuted a similar outfit.
Yeah,
I included the earliest image that I could
exposed.
find of Cinder with this outfit. I received many negative comments about my design from people assuming that I copied her when I debuted it 2 weeks before hers. I got called off-brand Cinder and just a bunch of horrible things. So these are DMs with her artist saying, "Sounds great, I'm so happy with it," on July 20th, 2022, showing that she was working on this outfit way before the tweet that Cinder made on September.
No. Blue wolf look hot. Red wolf look plain. Just, I don't know. The red one looks like it doesn't have... The red one looks like the copycat, if anything. The blue one looks more unique and interesting. It looks like a metalhead chick, but they look different. Yeah.
September 14th, 2022, asking, "What do you think of my new outfit that looks very similar?" Spite then continues in her document saying,
the turkey before she went face off from the Trump killing what?
Huh, so Cinder crashed out over Trump almost getting killed? Weird.
Huh. Like a negative or positive way? Weird.
I discovered this merchandise that she used for Uwa Market and had to do a double take because of the gray-blue skin tone used in the art. Several people thought it was me, and the similarities for this speak for themselves, I feel. So this is the design itself, and yeah, I mean, they do look pretty damn similar, not gonna lie. She continues, on April 29th, 2024, I designed a Greek goddess outfit on stream. I am a Cerberus VTuber, so it fits my lore completely. I mentioned that I may or may not get a future Greek goddess outfit because it fits my branding. About 4 months ago, Cinder debuted a Heaven Okami-inspired...
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing with my design for my character when it comes with the goddess look. Basically, my idea was like let's see if I can pull me up a little better.
Here, I'll do it.
Oh, wrong thing.
Right.
Fine, you do it. My idea for my character was a combination of goddess, pop star kind of thing. What are you doing?
Trying to fix what you messed up.
Eh.
Okay. VTuber.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll pull VTuber Studio.
With my lovely see-through shawl. The way my top lays on me is very, I guess, Greek goddessy or Roman, whatever. Like Aphrodite's. Like, in the lore of my character, I'm the daughter of Aphrodite's and Anubis.
Yeah, someone's happy feet.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wait. Very simple purple boots.
There you go, you got feet.
Put me down. I got long hair. Yeah. But that's... Yeah, now my head's really big. License copyright she was, didn't, huh? Ooh, Cinder? Turkey like an ex-girlfriend. Yeah.
But, yeah, to give an example.
Outfit. It was white and gold, resembling a Greek goddess. In the background for debut, she also included Greek columns. At this point, I felt like nothing I could come up with would be even slightly original to me. I'm aware that nothing is completely original, but I still wanted my own identity. So here's the outfit that she drew on her stream, and then here is the debut stream with the new outfit.
That's even prettier. Ooh, I love that. And then she had a new.
Yeah. So, gee, I wonder who's copying who.
That Cinder came up with. She then continues, on April 20th, 2024, I debuted a new model from my model mama, Ari VT. I got a hoodie with a cute design on top and I had side bangs covering my eyes. On April 4th, 2025, so a year later, Cinder debuted a sports hoodie with side bangs covering her eyes similar to mine. Is this?
Oh my gosh!
She is copying her.
That's horrible. And the sad thing is, Cinder's variant looks like shit versus hers. Hers looks like
It looks like a preppy girl trying to copy a goth girl.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Is this a coincidence, or is it truly her trying to copy everything she's doing? I don't know, I'll let you decide. She then continues, there are some instances that I do not have screenshots of. For example, I remember posting about my first ASMR stream. The day that I was supposed to do said stream, Cinder plugged her ASMR channel. I thought it was a bit suspect, but brushed it off. I don't have any screenshots of the comments and bullying that I received from her community.
It is a little bit of an odd coincidence that she seems to have a similar outfit to her every time.
Yeah.
That is kind of weird. Headness at its finest. Headiness.
Yeah.
Oh, if you wish death upon someone, then you lose respect entirely. You have the right to dislike the person. Oh, yeah. About that person that you were talking about and the whole Trump fiasco. Right. Yeah. Don't wish death on people. It's horrible, yes.
There were too many that it became too much to keep track of and just started ignoring them because I never wanted to save images of their words. That hurt me. I didn't even want to read the harassing comments in the first place. I just wanted to be left alone and be happy in my own space. I received a DM on January 25th, 2023. I will not disclose who the sender was without their consent. The sender expressed to me that they were getting bullied by Cinder and certain members of Cinder's community because she too had fire in her ears. I never responded to the DM because I wanted to stay away from drama as much as possible. Here's what the DM said.
Okay. It'd be like, oh, some other VTuber has got hair antenna like mine. Oh no, they copied me. The hair antenna is not a new thing. Cinder is like the Palestine of VTubes here.
But that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this. I was just...
Oh, fuck a bitch. Well, it's just Pokemon and Power World drama. Exactly!
But that's all I really wanted to cover in all this. This was stuff that Rev didn't go over. I didn't know about her copying or being petty about stuff. So.
And the whole, the extra steps with the cheating and junk.
So, and then also, so now we know why she's now being petty and backstabbing her friends to keep artists to herself.
Because she wants to gatekeep everything. Because she thinks she's so high and mighty. Pretty much, yeah, that's the downfall of Cinder some more. I'm not sure if anything else will come of it. But thank you for joining us for this one. Bye!